This channel is for immature audiences only. It is not for children, only for childish adults. We might play some video games that kids also like, but we say words like fuck and shit with alarming frequency and make crude, inappropriate, and morbid jokes all the damn time. Level 0 NPCs assumes no responsibility if your idiot spawn watches this and gets traumatized.
So, according to Wikipedia, cake is a flour confection made from flour, sugar, and other ingredients is usually baked. However, even though it does state pretty clearly at the very beginning that it does include sugar, it says that the most common ingredients are flour, sugar, eggs, a liquid and a leavening agent like baking soda, baking powder, adds a couple of common additional ingredients. But historically, cake, which comes from the Viking word kaka,
Nice.
yeah, I guess.
Nice.
Apparently was flour, eggs, milk, nuts, and honey. So it does appear to have some kind of, glucosey or sugary kind of inclusion.
Is savory cake not just dense bread? Like,
yeah, I don't know that I would call a savory thing a cake. Savory pastries absolutely are a thing, but yeah, I don't know. That does sound like a bread to me.
If you look it up, it's a thing. You can look up savory cake. But
it does pretty much look like bread.
It just looks like dense bread.
It reminds me of when I was an exchange student. There was this Swedish exchange student that I hung out a lot with, and he would I shit you not, he on multiple, at least double digits of occasions, complained about how cake outside of Europe how bread outside of Europe was just cake. Because apparently in Sweden it's all very dense brown bread kind of stuff. But he was like, you can't get bread in Japan. It's all just cake. It's what is this? He pulls out a slice of white bread and he's like, this is all sugar, so.
He likes his heavy, sour bread.
Yeah. I get it. That stuff's good.
Yeah, no, I appreciate a good bread.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome back, everyone.
Hey, y'all.
Oh, if you thought we were going to stop with the cake talk, I apologize for misleading you about that, because we're not.
It's never going to happen.
The first thing I get when I look up savory cake is French savory cake with ham, cheese, and olives. And I feel like it's definitely a cultural thing where if you offer someone a cake and then you give them something that had ham, cheese, and olives in it, I don't think that person would be that very happy with you.
No, I don't think you'd live through that.
I would assume they were giving me a sandwich before the cake at that point.
I'm like, oh, the cake comes later then.
Yeah. You were just making sure you wanted to know how much of a portion of whatever this is I was going to eat before you gave me the cake.
Would you like some cake? Here. Oh, a snack before the cake. Okay, thank you.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
Were you going to give me more if I didn't want cake? All right, cool.
I think having eaten pickled bees, Luke is more prepared than most people would be for a savory cake. Because if you have accidentally or been surprised by the notion that you have just eaten pickled bees, I think that's probably the top. I don't think you can really beat pickled bees.
It's still funny. That's so funny.
Okay, I need to know about this. Did you buy this at Whole Foods, or is this an accident?
So not an accident, but not by my personal volition. It's I'll find and link the episode of Quest for Glory 5, but the Coles Notes version of it is that I was visiting a homestay family in Japan, and they fed me pickled bees without telling me what they were first.
Now, okay, I still have more follow-up questions. Did they look like bees?
Not really. I mean, upon closer inspection, yes. Prior to that, kind of looked like raisins.
Did they have wings still?
No. Well, they might. They're more larval.
They were nymphs, right? They were bee nymphs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were in a sauce.
Yeah, in a dark, sort of molassesy color-y kind of.
Was it a confection, or was it? Would you eat them with rice?
No, it was. They were the filling for onigiri. They were filling for rice balls.
So did you eat them in rice balls, or did you just eat them straight?
No, they just gave it to me straight up. Yeah.
Now,
this was very much Haze the Foreigner. Like, you know, there's nothing. I mean, that's fine. They got a good laugh out of it. I was mortified, but after a moment of reflection, I was like, okay, that was a good one. But yeah, like,
sure, it's hazing, but they had them in a jar in their fridge, I'm assuming. So this is not just an elaborate joke for your benefit.
This was not like planned. Just fuck with Luke. This was, hey, we're making bee-filled rice balls today,
and they came in a can.
And it was like, a little tin.
Okay,
Yeah,
and they were like, hey,
tinned,
try this.
This is a tinned product.
This is a tinned product that where you have to take the lid off.
Wow.
Yeah, it's you have to and so they were like, yeah, try this, and I'm like, okay, what is it? And like, no, just try it. And I was like, okay, fine. Ate it. Tasted unusual, but not bad. And I was like, okay, what is it? And like, it's bees.
Well, what did it taste like?
It was a very long time ago. It was like a decade ago at this point, but or more. Yeah, I remember, like, they're pickled, so they have that sort of vinegary type flavor to them. And I don't know. I honestly don't remember much about the flavor. I don't think that, you know, I think that most likely the bee flavor was overwhelmed by, you know, the stuff that it was pickled in.
More pickle than bee to some extent.
Yeah, more pickle than bee, yes.
Luke and I were walking home from Beamdog one day. Or I think just walking to my place to hang out, actually. And we were just exchanging answers about what the weirdest thing we've eaten was. And I was describing one time where I had a sloppy gator meat sandwich. And it's just how it was a weird experience. And Luke pondered it and said, probably the weirdest thing I've eaten is pickled bees. And I laughed so hard I almost blacked out. I was like doubled over and leaning on a lamppost and just like it's like my lungs had collapsed. Like I was like my vision was going black at the edges, and I'm just leaning. It's like, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna, like, Luke ate pickled bees, and I'm gonna die from it. That's one of the was like, I've maybe laughed that hard in my life twice ever.
It really does look like raisins, like mincemeat.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna spare you.
So, I mean, like, you know, I guess I don't really need to point you to that episode of Quest for Glory 5 because you pretty much heard the whole thing, plus a little extra at this point, so.
Oh, Google is asking me, do you mean pickled beets?
Yeah, Google does not, it doesn't. So what you want to look
Google's
up
not ready for
is
that one.
Tinned bee Japan.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to look this up. Tinned bee Japan.
I wonder if Pickled Bee Japan would do it too. No.
Man.
There you go. You saw the picture.
Oh. They look like grubs. It's disgusting.
They are. They're bee larvae, I guess, in the end.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, they're like juvenile bees or very young bees. Yes.
Way to eat so many teen bees. Oh, all right. You're 3 nights into this thing, Julia. How you doing? Rockford
We're
Files
expanding
last week.
your horizons.
Baby bees this week. What's it gonna be next
Krull
week?
next month.
Oh, no.
Hey, but
They're
look.
not that bad, honestly. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure. I mean, people eat them. I'm sure they're fine.
I think it's supposed to be a good way to cultivate protein.
Various
types of
you
insects.
probably shouldn't eat bees anymore, though, guys. They're a little bit endangered.
That's true.
I'm guessing they're not honeybees. If they are honeybees, then yes, probably don't eat those anymore. But there's lots of different types of bees. I assume it's a different sort.
Yeah.
they might have been. I don't know. Like, I was not equipped to ask questions really at the time. So
we got too many teen bees. Throw them in a can.
Too many teen bees.
Throw them in a can.
We gotta eat them.
I got a sauce. We'll put them in there.
Look at all these bees. What am I gonna do with these bees?
You know what it is somebody's starting a honey operation and then gradually realizes that what they have are not honeybees. We've come too far to stop now. Just put them in a can. We'll make pickles out of them.
I love how our bee farmers are from New Jersey. Pickle them bees.
Pickle them bees. Oh, Lord. Well, there you go. Aren't you glad you know that now?
Oh my goodness. Well, I taught you guys about water cremation, so
That's
give and
true.
take.
It's true.
That's what we do here, you know?
I mean, it isn't the first, bug protein thing that I even saw in Japan. Candied crickets and stuff like that are pretty common over there too. So
You can get those at the candy store.
You can find mealworms and stuff too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a popular festival food. Over here we got corn dogs. Over there they've got inago, which are basically sugared candied crickets. Why not,
While my funeral instructions for myself are just to be flung naked into the woods when I die, there is an appeal to water cremation, if it is as, environmental friendly as they say, to be turned into fertilizer and stuff.
I thought you were going to say there is an appeal to being pickled and eaten.
Well, cremation, they basically pickle and don't eat you. But if they
true.
pickled you so that you could be eaten, that's another
true.
thing. Made into nice preserves.
Yeah.
Honestly, in the semi-apocalyptic future where other food sources have become scarce enough, if a Soylent Green-esque solution had to be created and it was socially acceptable, I'd be fine with being food.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You gotta fear for the future that essentially turns us into spiders, where, just being food for our descendants is the most use we can have for our own selves.
Yeah.
You gotta worry about that future. But yeah, you know what? If we get that far, sure.
There's something that I do want to bring up I don't know if this is real quick, actually, but anyway, here we go. There was this...
It's okay, you're on the right show for that.
I remember distinctly this post on Reddit where this guy had mangled his foot. And it was not recoverable, and so he asked if he could just have that flesh it was fresh, and he asked, and they gave it to him. And then he asked some friends if they wanted to have fajitas made with the foot meat. Now, I'm wondering if you got...
Fajitas.
Yeah, fajitas. And so, because it was totally ethically obtained, right? I mean, it's not like they had done anything bad to obtain this meat. And he invited people over to eat part of his foot with him, and I'm wondering if you guys would go for that.
Ethically sourced human meat? We've actually had this discussion, I'm positive.
Yeah, almost certainly.
I think Matt has spoken to me about the guy who had a leg amputated or a foot amputated and ate it. That sounds very familiar. That sounds like something Matt would tell me.
Yeah.
So here's my thing. I don't know that I would want to eat foot.
Why?
I don't know, feet feel like a much less sanitary part of the body. If it was calf or thigh or something like that, I think I'd be cooler with it than eating foot.
Well, there's
I mean, go on.
It's not like pig trotters. We don't have hooves yet.
It's true, but I mean, it doesn't even seem like it would be good meat. There's not a lot of very strong muscle down there.
But
that's gonna be really gamey.
You gotta take your ethically sourced human meat where you can get it, man.
I mean, I'm not scrambling to find ethically sourced human meat to try. If I'm gonna be a cannibal, I would like to start with something that's not gonna turn me off of it.
So real
Well, because you'd want more potentially, you develop a taste for it. Is that what you're hoping?
I mean, I'm not gonna go out of my way to eat shitty meat.
I think,
yeah, if you find out you really like it, you don't want to spend the rest of your life rummaging around in medical waste dumpsters.
This is why I think a well-used muscle on the bottom of the foot might be the best thing to eat for your first time.
Just to ensure that you don't get into it.
I think there's a safety there because I think it's gonna be tough.
It was tough, apparently.
I think it's gonna be.
Well, yeah,
tough.
it would be extreme. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't like tough meat that much.
but
like, unless it's jerky.
You
And
don't
it's
want to
on
develop a
purpose,
taste
but-
for human meat, though, do you?
That's
or do
what I'm
you? I don't
saying.
know.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
like,
think you
look.
would eat it and you'd go, "Oh, that was weird. I don't know if I like that. That was. Real
I got a
tough."
story out of it, you know.
Also,
Not
you can-
insatiable hunger.
Yeah.
You can prepare tough meat though. Like I like pig's feet is not technically the foot. I think it's just the lower leg of the pig. But it's not the easiest thing to cook. But it is quite delicious if cooked correctly.
Hoof. Like, I've seen hoof.
And like chicken feet.
and it
People
is
will cook
eaten.
recipes with chicken feet.
I've had chicken feet too. I wasn't like super big on it. Like, again, it's all collagen really in the chicken's feet.
Okay, how about this, Luke? How about Luke? What happened was the most succulent possible cut of human that you could possibly obtain. Would you have that then?
It would be the butt.
Yeah, maybe.
Be the butt.
Butt meat.
It would be butt meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd probably be pretty good
Maybe.
too. Pretty tender.
So there would be no kind of squeamishness about this, and it's your friend's meat, by the way, too.
There might be some, you know, like I mean, like I don't know how you'd amputate an ass cheek and get that. Like,
Yeah. What
you know,
condition did the guy
ethically.
have that he had to have?
It's fine. It's just a
cheek
have his
mechanical
ass removed.
physical
It was a
process
mechanical
that
problem,
injured it.
yeah.
hardware
Yeah.
failure.
Yeah.
hardware failure.
So earlier,
Had to
Matt, you
amputate
said
my
people
ass.
don't have hooves yet, and I'm wondering if evolutionarily speaking, is it that we don't have hooves yet, or do we not have hooves anymore? Because I was leaning towards the latter before you said that.
Oh, it's like
I didn't say anything about yet.
it's a pendulum, kids. Just wait.
It's a pendulum.
We're gonna work our way
we'll
back.
go
around.
back to hooves eventually.
We're gonna have to head back to the ocean sooner or later. We're gonna become bitey, hoppy fish things.
We're
and
not
then
gonna
slither
see
back
it.
into the sea.
Well, like we're not gonna see it, but don't worry about it. It's fine.
Yeah. Like I'm not really sure where I'm gonna get like human ass meat to eat. So I mean, in the actual like cannibalistic sense. So I'm not sure. Like, I don't know. I definitely think about it.
Oh,
Like if
like, if
someone
it was
lost their leg at the
ethically
thigh, there'd be
sourced.
some good thigh meat, right?
Yeah, thigh. Yeah, I could see that. Like, I don't know. Maybe again.
I'm pretty sure
I'm totally down with like genetically grown meats and stuff like that. So, or like lab grown meats.
Mhm.
Yeah, if it turned out that it was like based on human meat, I'd be like, oh, that's interesting. Wow.
I don't think I'd eat
This
it.
is good. No?
No, I don't think I would. Like, even if it was a guy, like a friend's amputated limb, I don't think I'd want any. I'd be like, I don't want to eat your amputated foot with you. I'm just not that curious.
I don't like. First of all, I'm pretty sure it's illegal. Pretty sure.
Well,
I think
yeah,
it's
but I
still
mean,
illegal.
we're talking about.
You would.
I mean, I'm assuming we're talking about like a situation
where
where all of
everything
this
is
was
fine,
fine.
yeah. The
Right.
And it's
ideal
only
situation.
it's only a personal and or moral question.
Yeah.
So Julia's story, which I believe I'm pretty sure I heard from Matt
Yeah,
a while ago,
I believe I told you this. Yes.
is purportedly true. And the idea was that the cannibalism was ethical,
Mhm.
but not legal. That
Yes,
people
right.
ate it in secret because it was illegal to do so. But purportedly it did happen.
Mhm.
The person whose foot it was still alive, which is what gives you sort of that ethical wiggle room.
Yeah.
And I don't think I would, given that opportunity.
Yeah, again, I'm not really big on the idea of fajita, although well-cooked meat is probably good.
I also wouldn't.
Fair enough.
I think one of my problems with it is if it was like somebody I knew, like a friend of mine. Maybe I'd have less of a problem with it if it was just someone I didn't know, potentially. That I was
Right.
assured that it was fine, but it's just there's something a bit weird about having like eating the flesh of your friend almost,
For me, it's like that audio illusion where it sounds like the music getting higher every time. Like I switch back and forth between it being someone I know and someone I don't know, and it's just worse.
Yeah. Yeah. I just don't have the desire to try human meat.
It's again, we're talking about a scenario where we've essentially become spiders. Like that's
I'm not even 100% sure. Like, I wouldn't seek it out. But I mean, like, in this situation, you have a friend who wants to share this very intimate, like, experience with you. You know, I'd have to think about it.
Okay,
And
so
like I'm the only cannibal in the room, fine. But like, you know,
no, but you know what? You know what? Like if it was like a partner, like somebody you were really close to, and they were like, "Look, this sucks that I lost my foot, but what I really want is this." I might.
I think if
I
it
brought
was a
Matt around
partner,
my side.
I
Right
would,
on.
I would know that about the person before it happened.
Yeah, that's
Right.
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like if I'm with someone and I don't know that that's how they are, and then they spring it on to me, listen, I've got this leg's coming off, and I think we should eat it. That's like, I'm not saying it's necessarily like, you know, we call it off there, that's a deal breaker, but like it's a renegotiation. We go back to the table categorically at that point.
Look, I understand that the trauma of losing a body part can do some fucked up things to someone. And I would make sure that they wanted to do it. Like they really did.
Yeah.
Like this wasn't just because, oh, you have a lot, you just want to take this part of you back into yourself.
Yeah, I'm assuming that, like, I'm treating this as, like, this is not a monkey's paw kind of question. This is like a, you know, they're not going to be suddenly, like, you know, distant or, you know, like, resent you for partaking or anything like that. I'm assuming all things are going to be fine, basically. Like, this is legal. This is ethical as it can be. The person is not going to have a problem with it ever. And then, like, it's if it is a purely academical question of whether you would be willing to eat the meat that was part of a human at some point.
Yeah, but like that's not the way life is.
I understand that, but this is that kind of a question, you know?
Even entertaining Luke's hypothetical here, which is a good one. Like, let's reframe the question, right? Like, it's not a monkey's paw situation. We're thinking about all the consequences. That's not the question, necessarily.
The question is, would
Yeah.
you do it if there was a consequence-free way to do it?
Mm-hmm.
I think the consequence would be how I felt after. Like, I think
that's
even
the
if
only
everything
thing
was
you have-
okay, I would not be okay.
Okay, I'm saying I probably wouldn't, but there are situations where I would.
There you go.
I'd
think
have
that is
to
a
really
reasonable
care about the person.
There's not many situations where I would, but they do exist. What
Let
about
me throw one
you,
at us
Julia?
here.
This is your question.
Well, it's weird because
Yeah.
Alex says if he really cared about the person, he'd be more open to it. And I feel like the more I cared about a person, I'd be like less open to it, and the more
No.
anonymous it was.
It's that's the hypothetical where the person is asking me.
Okay.
Someone is asking me like it's important to them that I do
Oh,
it.
okay.
It becomes less about eating the meat and more about doing them a favor.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
it would have to be something like that. But again, honestly, like even if it was a loved one and they sprung that on me, I'd be like, "No, we're gonna have to go back to the table on this. This is not what I signed up for."
Because honestly,
Yeah, like if I was at work and a coworker was like, "Hey, I just had my leg amputated. You want some? Here's a burrito. Here's a me burrito." Like, I'd be like, "Nah, I'm good."
A
you
me
know?
Rito.
well, here's the thing.
A me Rito. Thank you.
I feel like if someone said to me, you know, "Oh, would be extremely meaningful to me if you ate part of my foot," I would think that was even weirder than someone who casually asked me.
Oh, I'm not saying it wouldn't be weird.
Yeah, same.
That's
Yeah,
not
it
what
would
I'm
be
saying
weird.
at all.
It would
I would
definitely
be
be
very
weird.
weirded out no matter what. The whole thing is so weird to me that I wouldn't do it at all. I'm saying the one situation where I might do it is if I really believed the person really needed me to, and I cared about them enough to make that happen.
That's fair enough, I suppose.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like it. I still wouldn't be okay with it, and it still would be a back to the table sort of negotiation relationship wise.
There you go. Wow.
I guess I probably wouldn't, and I don't even have a real good reason why beyond just, I guess it just feels weird, and I don't really want to. Like, I don't really have a desire to, so in which case, you know, I'm just like with anything
I don't
else, you know, like
want to. I'm just thinking if it.
I think we're all on the same page, is that none of us has the desire in our
No.
heart to try human meat.
I'm not seeking out human flesh.
Luke is an outlier in that there's a hypothetical in which he would just say, "Yeah, sure, fuck it."
Yeah.
And I think
But as Matt and Alex know very well, and Julia will learn to know, I'm very much an enabler. So
Oh yeah, no, that checks with my understanding.
I
of
am
Luke.
a yes and kind of guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
People are gross. People are really, really gross. Like, people are like horror movie monsters to me, and like the idea of eating one is disgusting. Like, I can't think of any like I've seen like horrific videos of parasites writhing their way out of underwater insects, and eating a human is way grosser to me than that.
Yeah, see, that's not what bothers me. that's not why I wouldn't. I just don't really have the desire to.
Well, here's the thing: is there's plenty of things in life that I have had no desire to do, and I have not done them, even though other people seem to find them, quite enjoyable. Like, I mean, I've never smoked or anything like that, and just like I just don't really. Sure, yeah. So to me, it's kind of like on that almost that level where I don't think I'd enjoy it, so I just haven't. And so if I was presented with that possibility, I probably wouldn't enjoy it anyway. And so like, there's no reason to,
Also, like the best case scenario
is you love it.
Is that you love it, and then that's not really the best case scenario.
No,
right?
that's terrible.
It's a terrible thing.
Because then the rest of your life, you're just not going to be able to have it again, probably.
I would be, I mean, there's foods that I really enjoy and I'm unlikely to have very often for the rest of my life unless I, have the money to do so. But like, I don't know, like I would eat a human before I'd eat like a cat,
I wouldn't want to eat a cat either, but I'm not as disgusted by cats as I am by human beings. No, I totally would eat a cat before a human.
That's weird. Like, not to judge or anything.
You know what?
Like, yeah, the domestic pets, like, they're, I think that's a very sad thing to eat one, but, like, I'm not fundamentally disgusted by them.
I'd eat a human before a cat.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
I do want to stress that I wouldn't want to eat a cat or a dog either.
No,
just to be clear. But I do not find the idea as fundamentally disgusting as a human being.
It's interesting that that's the big question we're split on. Would you rather eat a cat or a human?
Again, definitely neither, but cats aren't disgusting. People are disgusting.
But,
Yeah. The answer is neither. Yeah, like, I don't think any of us are like, proponents of cannibalism.
Like, if I'm at... If I'm at gunpoint, I guess maybe I choose. Like if I have to choose one or die, then probably cat. I guess. It might depend on whether they're already dead or not. Are both already dead?
Yeah, both are totally dead.
Both are totally dead.
If both are dead, then cat. The cat was less gross.
That is the real thing. Like if somebody had a gun to my head, human, no problem.
Like the cat is at least a real animal, not a fucking aberration.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, I kind of understand where you're coming from, Alex, because you do have a fundamental like disdain for humanity as an animal, right?
Like your average person might feel about like a cephalopod. Like it's
yeah. But yeah,
Okay,
let me throw a little bit of a wrench at this one.
Yeah, because I have another one
this
too.
Is pretty much the whole episode.
I love how little game we've played and how few questions we've read.
Oh yeah, no, I started to type look, and I was gonna look at the tortilla she's making, but like we're into different, whatever the fuck she's
making
there.
Footjitas.
Footjitas.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, that's what this whole game is.
That's what this title of the episode is, anyway.
Yeah. We're having Gertitas.
But he's making a burrito.
So let's say you're in a Donner Party kind of situation. Would you rather just die?
No.
Would you eat?
Yes.
Traveling companions? Yeah,
I would.
All right. Easy.
I don't know.
I'm
no great fan of being alive.
It's a question of life and death.
Are they dead already?
They're gonna. Like, you're all starving and it's like freezing and stuff like that.
I would not. So. I'm not gonna kill anybody to get to eat. But if they're already dead, yeah, no problem.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know that I feel that strongly about remaining alive, to be honest. But if I was really starving and didn't want to die and I had complex reasons for wanting to continue to be alive, then maybe, Starving is horrible. Eating a person would be
traveling
horrible.
over the Donner Pass.
I have complex and simple reasons for wanting to stay alive.
In the
Yeah.
1800s, and it was the four of us, then Alex would be the one to surrender his body for the.
Thank you, Alex, for your service.
What a guy!
I appreciate that.
I mean, probably there's a lot of me too. So like, yeah, I think it would be a reasonably good call. Although again, like we're gonna die one by one anyway, and the meat's not gonna go bad, so it doesn't matter whether we die or get killed.
It's one of those things is that you're not really gonna live a fulfilled life afterwards. You know.
I don't know about that.
Well, yeah, you will. But let me put it this way: if I had to go the rest of my life knowing that I ate Alex, there'd be a scar there.
Oh, sure, of course. I mean, absolutely.
I would celebrate Alex for the rest of my life.
Yeah,
there
me
you
too.
go.
Me too. But also, I'd feel pretty bad.
I'm glad for both. That you would both celebrate my contribution and also feel a little conflicted about it. I appreciate that. In this hypothetical, though, like, I died of hypothermia. I'm not gonna, like, I don't really think that, like, I don't really believe in a soul or anything, so I'm just piff, like a snowball thrown onto the side of a barn, right? Like, I don't care anymore. Like, where's the snowball? It isn't. So, like, I'm not gonna begrudge or haunt you over that, for starters. But also, like, if hypothetically I continued to exist, if I had some kind of, like, bullshit soul, right? Then I'd be like, yeah, there's no reason you all have to die just because I did.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. There you go. Great answer. Great
I have
answers.
one more like additional like slight side question to the cannibalism question.
I love it.
Go for it.
Okay, my question is, okay, so that's of eating other people. So what if you had the opportunity to eat your own like flesh for whatever reason? Would you try that? And
I do that
it's already
all the time.
separated from me. No, I mean it's already separate. Like it's like nice and meaty.
Do it all the time.
I don't even want to know, but I mean in this context, with when you cook it and it's like barbecue or something.
Did you? Okay, so when I was a kid, I would where I grew up was in northern BC, and we learned a lot of Aboriginal activities, including beating. And one of my favorite things to do was to thread the needle through my finger skin and then tear it out. And then I would consume that skin. It didn't taste like anything. It was probably really gross because I was a gross kid touching gross things. Probably made me sick. But you know what? Yeah. I've done it. I've consumed my own flesh.
Yeah, I'm a chewer of auto-cannibalism.
Auto-cannibalism.
Well,
I'm a chewer of like hangnails and cuticles.
Yeah, sure. Like I think
too,
everyone's
so
done that. You know, absolutely. But no, the question is like genuine, like grade A, like meaty and with a bit of fat, and you know,
like you lose a leg at the hip, you secure that leg somehow from the hospital. Like, do you grill that up and cook it?
Yeah,
I think probably.
Try it.
What if
yourself?
I would do it if I could get like Gordon Ramsay to cook it.
Sure. He's up for it. Beef Wellington or whatever, leg Wellington.
Okay. Matt has introduced a variable here in that for whatever reason Gordon Ramsay is willing to cook it. That's a multitude of experiences. I'm probably still no. I don't want him to derive pleasure from eating me, because you know he would. He'd taste it and shit. He'd be like, "Yeah, taste that. It's amazing." I don't.
Some good fucking food.
Like, what if you started cooking it and then your meat was just shit and he hated it, you know?
No, but it's great. It's great. It's the perfect sphere of a physics problem. It's
whether
perfect.
it would or not would be bad for him.
People are still gross, even though I am one. Like, I don't hold myself as an exception to that.
So you wouldn't
the idea
eat
is still it's still pretty gross to me. That's still going to be a no.
So, like,
I respect the consistency, Alex.
Yeah. I might. Again, I probably wouldn't. But I'm more likely to eat myself.
Yeah, me too.
Than anyone else.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I kinda get through life not thinking too hard about what precisely I am, so I don't think I'd want like an intimate reminder of that.
Yeah, I think it would largely depend on what of me I was eating.
Okay, but like, let's throw this out there. You can eat. Jesus Christ. How long are we into this episode?
I mean, we're about half an hour in.
Okay. Everyone, welcome to friggin' Colonel's Bequest. Anyway, I think...
It's a game that we're playing.
Look, Tortilla.
What I love too is that it's Julia. This is all Julia's
It
doing.
is not, how dare you. I'm getting to know you guys, right?
The
I'm
initial-
Shadow's
no.
Block.
No, so we do this all the time amongst ourselves.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. What I love is the question about whether you would eat your own foot. All of that originated. That was Julia's input. This wasn't even a fan request about whether you would eat your
Well, I just want to know.
I'm more likely to...
No, it's. I
You've made
love
this
the variety
episode
of
extra
answers.
special.
In a perfect world where I don't lose anything from eating myself, because like I think if I had to lose a body part, I think that just might be too traumatic for me to even consider eating it. But if I would like to lose a body part and it grew back, sure.
I think even if hypothetically I just lost a body part, like an arm at the shoulder or a leg at the hip or something where there was lots of meat to it, I still don't think I'd want to eat it. Not even if Gordon Ramsay showed up to cook it for me.
Which is really kind
Let's
of
take
suspicious.
this another step, because I want to see where the line is, if there is one. Say that a clean meats company, a lab-grown ethical meats company that does make cloned meats, basically, offers you meat.
To clone you as meat.
Yeah, clone, use you to make lab meat and then offer that meat to you. Is that still disgusting human meat enough for you, Alex, to want it?
I think it's just asking to be in an episode of Black Mirror, really.
Yeah, how comfortable are you with that?
I think you can only learn. So, like, I don't think that like there's a human soul or anything, right? So, like, if they're growing non-sentient meat and slicing, if they're gonna like grow a lump of me and slice it up into deli meat and mail it to me, I don't necessarily have an ethical concern about that, but I do still think it's pretty gross.
But I feel like once you're offered that, you're already in the episode. And I feel like narratively there will be consequences for not eating it and also eating it.
I think once you're in a Black Mirror episode, you still get to decide which character you are.
I mean, so like I'm not even including any of the sort of like, weird Twilight Zone Black Mirror-y kind of shit here. I'm just saying, like, let's say that there's an ethical meats company that is willing to just make like lab-grown human meat.
Yeah.
I'd prefer not to be the genetic source, I think. Although, like, it raises an interesting question. If you've got lab-grown meat, it's grown from something, right? It's grown from something's DNA. So it's a good question. Like, what did provide the source DNA if not you? I don't imagine it's healthy for your body to eat something that has its own DNA. It doesn't seem like it would be healthy in the long run.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's the argument for veganism, but like everything has its own DNA. Oh, are you talking about eating something with your own DNA?
With your precise DNA.
I don't see
It's
how
just
that
your
makes a
DNA
difference,
that you
though.
eat.
It all just goes into the stomach acid.
Yeah, your stomach doesn't have any special receptors to pick out DNA.
It's true, and it's not like the mad cow disease kind of thing.
It's breaking it down to individual nutrient molecules, though.
Wouldn't maybe there's a chance that eating your own DNA would actually be the perfect nutrition?
I was going to say super digestible.
Better for you.
Maybe there's a lot of
Your body
there's a
wouldn't
lot of
reject it in any
organs.
way for like
There's a lot of organs that we eat in animals that would be toxic if we ate them from humans, because there's a lot of organs in the human body, for instance, that are filtering out the exact things that would kill us. And if you just cook that up and eat it, then it's pretty toxic.
Right, but this is lab grown. This is clean, right? Like
Yeah,
it's not. It's not a liver that has ever even processed like a single beer. Like
I just mean to say, there's a reason why cannibalism is a little unusual, even in outside of humans in the animal kingdom. It's not unheard of. Like lots of animals eat their own kind for various reasons, but it's generally no creature's first choice.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
like bears will eat anything. They don't eat other bears.
No, and I think
they might actually. I think
that's
adult bears Yeah.
That's true. Definitely across the board here. None of us are cannibals yet, and we're in life. We've done it. We're going.
Animals tend to eat their own young. I don't think it's that uncommon.
No, I guess cannibalism is not that uncommon, but I mean to say, I think it's not a preferred source of nutrient for almost any living thing. Oh, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. That might just be might be a false perception.
Short of being a hostile act, I feel like cannibalism is less common. Certainly, like I've seemed to recall, like even in our kingdom, as it were, with like I think like some chimpanzees and stuff like that might, and I'm pretty sure that in the case of, and I might be wrong about this, lions, if a male lion sort of takes over a family unit, it will kill and maybe eat the cubs of the previous male.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, eating young is a whole thing almost throughout the animal kingdom, I suppose.
And now we're back to eating teen bees. Full circle.
It's true.
I think animals prefer to eat one another's young rather than their own young, though.
It's true.
Or indeed themselves.
Got too many bees.
Should we move on to another question?
Maybe. Hold on a sec.
Getting to know you.
Oh, this is
I love
great.
it.
This is gold.
No, I love it.
This episode might be unprecedented.
Yeah, this is pretty extreme even for us.
Yeah, I love it.
I was going to say one of the reasons I don't want to eat people in general is they have weird people diseases. I don't want their weird people diseases. Even if it's a friend that I know, they got weird people diseases that I don't have. But hypothetically, my own meat doesn't have those people diseases. It just has whatever diseases I already had. But
it has your people diseases.
I don't know still.
I don't
like
know
it.
if you
Doesn't
could
sound
even
good.
contract diseases that way if that person had that disease. I think part of it's like if you eat part of a brain, you can get like that prion disease, or if something was improperly prepared, like you can get salmonella. But like if like chickens they don't have salmonella natively, but of course like it's so easy to get contamination. So I think that type of a disease where you can ingest something, get like listeria or salmonella or something, that those tend to be a result of poor like sanitation practices in like a factory, but that wouldn't be a concern too much here.
Yeah, no, I mean, you could ensure that it was cooked pretty well, but I'd still be concerned about it. Like, there's all sorts of, like, stuff that can be transmitted from eating
I'm eating my human medium
a creature
rare.
that's...
Well, yeah, a lot, but even like with chicken, or even like I mean, like there's chicken sushi in Japan, which is kind of weird. But like if you have everything perfectly prepared, like you're not going to get a disease from it that way. Like I'm trying to think of something that you could possibly, what disease you could possibly get that the creature was suffering from, that you could then eat and then get that disease. And I'm not sure how many there are of that.
Yeah, I mean, there might be some kind of genetic disorder or something like that maybe contributes to the possibility of getting a disease through the meat without some kind of external contamination. But I don't think, like, I mean, like, I'm no biologist.
Yeah, I mean,
I think you're right, though, Julia. I think most meat well prepared doesn't transmit that sort of disease. I'd still be awfully squeamish about it.
Yeah, like I don't think you could get like an STD or something from eating flesh of someone who has like syphilis or something. I don't think that's how it works.
Oh my god, Alex, stop looking for reasons to not eat human meat.
I know, my gosh. It's exasperating.
I was just expounding on why humans are gross. That wouldn't really be the case for lab-grown meat, but all the same, I still wouldn't.
Look, you have the right answer, probably.
You probably.
Mostly at this point of the conversation, I'm talking about lab-grown meat.
Yeah, like something safe that you're not going to get diseases from. Like I don't think you can get like cancer from eating someone who's got cancer, for instance.
I don't understand why the company's growing people to eat. I don't understand it. I don't get the motivation to do that.
What if it's all the rage?
It's trendy.
It's trendy.
Have you ever known me to enjoy things that are all the rage?
Selfie cake? This is like the next step.
But that's why.
Yeah.
Like I think a lot of people wouldn't do it because it was popular. Anyway. We got another Colonel's Bequestion from
Scribble.
Hold on.
The Colonel's Bequestion.
Wow.
Okay.
That's so great. Citizen Scribbler said, although this game doesn't permit you to sit in the carriage, do you think that if you were to look in carriage, that Laura might profit from the experience?
I mentioned that last episode, and we were about to do it, and then we got sidetracked.
Let's do it. We can answer this Colonel's Bee question by doing some gameplay.
We will. We will do that before we finish the episode.
Okay, guys, you at least know this is going to happen. All right?
Yes. That is your reward for sitting through all the cannibalism talk.
Yeah. So not that you use walkthroughs
as a little treat.
Yeah. Don't use the walkthroughs on the Sierra help page. It's inferior and leaves out important.
I haven't. We've been playing this entire thing like I'm not planning on using a walkthrough. I'm already familiar with the game, although I don't know everything. Like, it's not like Quest for Glory where I didn't need a walkthrough almost at all. But like, we're just gonna blunder through this and we're gonna see how we do.
Yeah, that's perfect.
This is not one of those games that has like a bunch of obtuse like puzzles that I'm going to have to try and figure out. This is very much like experience. It's like, yeah, it's experiencing the murder mystery.
That being said, Luke is not above using a walkthrough.
Not even a little bit.
No.
Yeah, like most of Freddy Farkas was walkthrough.
Absolutely.
After the point that I had gotten to in the past.
Yeah. So also, Laura's father's not dead. He's even in the intro of the second game. Laura just likes to imagine him giving her advice before declaring, "Thanks, Daddy."
Laura just wishes he was a ghost.
Yeah,
helping her.
Insane but adorable. And Luke's frequent and amusing typing gags are a reminder why many adventure gamers prefer and miss the text parser interface. Yeah, I also love it.
Amen. Yeah,
amen. It's the best.
I agree. At the same time, like, it's funny for us. And we're having fun with it. But, like, generally speaking, like, nothing's going to happen. The great part is in text parser games, which are an extreme rarity, that do yes and your stupid choices.
Yeah.
Right? Like we all were very impressed and happy about the fact that, like, when we said kiss Gertie when she was a corpse on the ground, the game said yuck, right?
Yes.
Because it was like, hey, you thought of that. Good for you.
But don't use dude's last name.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Like, this is not an extremely sophisticated list of possibilities.
Those are the quirks of text parsers, and they're great.
Yeah.
And finally, I wanted to second Julia's recommendation of the channel Bactor X1 or Bactor ×1 for the Laura Bow coverage. He goes into some lengths providing interesting and sometimes obscure historical context for both games. That's pretty cool.
It's highly recommended. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go check that out for sure.
If you're 6 episodes into our playthrough of Colonel's Bequest, and you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Like, I came here for Colonel's Bequest. Now you know where to go.
Yeah, you don't come here for that.
Because this episode has been us talking to Lillian briefly, or not even. No. That was at the end of last episode.
No.
Closing a dialogue with Lillian and me typing tortilla over the course of about half an hour.
This episode
we talked about
pure
cannibalism for 45 minutes.
Yeah, this is pure cannibal talk for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Premium cannibal content.
Yeah.
Okay, so Fun for Algernon has a couple Colonel's Bee questions.
The Colonel's Bequestion.
Oh, I love it. I didn't think I wouldn't like the Rockford Files theme, but I side with Julia. That was disappointing. I think you found it more than disappointing. And I usually like TV themes of the era, like Taxi, Barney Miller, Chips, Hill Street Blues, and plenty more. My question to you all.
Okay.
What are your favorite 70s and 80s TV themes? Cartoons, sitcoms, news programs, talk shows, they're all on the table. Fun for Algernon nominates Mobile Armored Strike Command, a.k.a. Mask. That theme is fucking amazing.
It's incredible. It's incredible, and also the pilot episode is hilarious.
Yes.
Another time my lungs nearly collapsed laughing was watching the pilot episode of Mask with Matt.
Mask, yeah.
We're watching the kid Janet.
Was the question specifically 70s?
70s and 80s.
And earlier? And 80s. Okay, well, that opens a very different possibility space. If it was the 1970s, Sanford and Son themes. Quincy Jones, The Street Beater, great fucking song. 1980s, ooh, that's a rough one because there's so much.
Fun for Algernon is right to point out Mask,
Yes.
and you should listen to the theme
Absolutely.
if you haven't
Mask
heard it.
has an amazing theme. It is
Probably, like, I'm not happy about this fact, but probably the best 80s cartoon theme is Jason the Wheeled Warriors.
That was exactly going to be my answer. I agree with you completely. Jason,
It's not because it's the best show, it's just that they really put their back into that
Jason the
theme.
Wheeled Warriors has the best 80s cartoon theme of all time. Period.
It's not the best song of all time. It's just probably the best 80s cartoon theme of all time.
And Mask, close number 2.
Yeah, it's way up there.
Yeah.
Way up there for sure.
Close number 2. But Jason the Wheeled Warriors, like, if you haven't heard it, do yourself a favor. Like, you really give a gift to yourself and listen to it. It's something else.
Also, watching the intro is strange as well if you know nothing about Jason the Wheeled Warriors because it's fucking visual nonsense. Like you won't get any closer to understanding what Jason the Wheeled Warriors is about by watching the intro. It's people driving shit around, but it doesn't help. Everything just is and does whatever. It's colorful, stupid nonsense.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug. Oh yeah. You know what? Put some of that on, Luke, if you haven't already.
Jason the Wheeled Warriors theme song?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you got it. But before that, here's my submission.
Okay.
Not the regular TV series, so this might not be a valid response, in which case I apologize, but the Lion theme song to Transformers the movie 1986.
It's great.
It's awesome.
It's so good.
Yeah, that's true. That's
so
pretty
good.
phenomenal.
I'll let you find and listen to it yourself because it is awesome and it's worth
It's
also
so
watching the thing.
Yeah.
So the original Transformers TV theme song was not only not awesome, but like also had a very weird musical cadence. Like it was weirdly broken.
Yeah.
But like Lion took it and they're like, no, we know exactly what to do with this song to make it like one of the greatest cartoon movie bangers of all time. So that, Jason the Wheeled Warriors theme song coming up. Here it goes.
Thundering across the stars to save the universe from the monster minds. Jace searches for his father to unite the magic root and lead his lightning league to victory over the changing form of Sawboss.
Sawboss.
Warriors explode into battle. Lightning strikes.
Wow, this I could easily mistake this. It's for Mask, just like not the song, but everything else about this intro here. It's really just like 80s hair metal like themes, really, right? Like, we can all just kind of agree, like that is what makes it
listen
good.
to how
80s
much of
theme
their
song.
guts they're just spilling out.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. That's what I'm talking about. Like, it's spandex and hairspray.
Speaking of that, and I just thought of this now, I do really enjoy the gem and the holograms.
Solid.
Yes,
Song?
Solid.
Really good.
Solid.
yes, absolutely. Actually, you know what? I'll put that up above even the movie Transformers theme.
Solid.
Lovely, lovely stuff.
Yeah. Gem, you know. If we're going to go away from the cartoons, Miami Vice. Classic. Oh, listen to that.
I don't know if, I mean, it would be a controversial opinion in the world of this, but I kind of like the Misfits part of this song better.
Oh, it's great.
I like them both together.
But it really establishes the show.
Perfect.
As well.
Yeah.
We need a new gem movie.
Didn't we just
got the
have
We
one?
Barbie
got
movie.
one and it was not good.
No, we need a
That's
new
the
one.
problem.
A new one.
Yeah, a new one.
So good.
The theme from Knight Rider, also really good.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Magnum PI.
I like
the 1980s.
So good.
May well
Yeah,
have
golden age.
been the best decade for TV theme songs.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Quite possibly.
There, one outlier is Succession, which came out quite recently and has a
I haven't
fucking
seen it,
incredible
so-
intro theme.
Right on.
Oh yeah.
I also love Perfect Strangers,
Oh,
which was
Perfect
so
Strangers.
good. There is a game on, if you can find it on YouTube. It used to be like a flash game or something, but there was like a game that kind of looked like Rainbow Road from Mario Kart, and then you had to pick up stars and stuff. It was fantastic. If you do a YouTube search for Perfect Strangers game, it was magical, really magical stuff.
Classic.
Right
Perfect
on.
Strangers.
I mean, we
great
might just
beat.
have to play it for the show.
So
That looks awesome. But like, yeah.
Like
Wow.
any of
I
those
think Matt and I
sitcoms where
have
they
sung
had like
the Perfect Strangers theme on the show before.
yeah. Yeah, all the time. Like we actually went through this, during Manhunter, like several years ago. I think any of those sitcoms that have like one or two people just singing their hearts out during the opening credits. Classic.
I have my favorite one of those that was stuck in my head all week that I think is the perfect of that era sitcom song, because I actually think it's a good song, and I think the lyrics are perfect for a sitcom, and it's short and just totally wonderful. And it's "Show me that smile again.
Show me that smile.
Don't waste another minute on your crying."
Yeah. Freaking Growing Pains. Growing Pains.
Yeah.
I actually liked Family Ties more, but Growing Pains had a way better song.
Way better song. Blew all of those out, including who's the boss. Blew it out of the water.
Mm-hmm. Start strong. It's just I think it's a darn good song.
Yep.
So there you go, Rockford Files. I don't hate music. I like plenty of music.
Yeah.
No, that was actually clear from your reaction to it. Was that sound? It was like, make that offensive sound go away. It was not, I hate music.
Well, you
in
can
general.
tell I like music because if I didn't like music, then I wouldn't have been as offended.
It offended you because you do like
Yes.
music.
I gotta look up. Okay,
That's harsh. That's almost as harsh as what you said last time.
I gotta look up the composer, Mike Post, the
Because
guy
you know
who
what?
wrote the Rockford Files.
If I didn't like music, I'd be like, well, this just reinforces my belief that music is no good.
So
I'm gonna have to upload this episode early to make sure that there are no copyright strikes possible out of this one. So I might stop playing theme music in the background when we do this.
no, but Mike Post
Just in
wrote
case.
the
We got
Rockford
claimed.
Files, Magnum PI, the Hill Street Blues theme. Believe it or not,
Nice.
he wrote "Believe It or Not, I'm Walking on Air."
That's a good
Walking
song.
on air.
Wow. He wrote the Law and Order. He wrote the A-Team in New York. What is that?
Is
Quantum
that not
Leap.
the normal A-Team?
I don't know. L.A. Law.
Those are some serious themes.
This dude's
How many
legend.
Emmys does this guy have? Does he have like a bunch of Emmys?
Oh, he's got to, right?
He must.
We're not going to find out later that he's like the Edison of jingles, though, is he? Where he just took a bunch of other people's shit and patented it or whatever.
No, like 12 Op seems to idolize this guy in some way, at least his work.
I would if I was a composer. Like,
Yeah.
musician,
Absolutely.
Like,
Yeah.
that's a studio musician who knows his shit. Like,
Holy
he did his
shit.
thing.
A-Team, Blossom, Doogie Howser. Wow. News Radio.
He was the guy. Wow.
Quantum Leap. Wow. Jeez.
We just lapsed into Owen Wilson there.
That's- yeah.
Wow. Can't believe it. Guy's been
I knew Beamdog was a good place to work because I was working late one night, and so was one of the teams. And I just heard from across the hall a chorus of Owen Wilson wows because someone had said wow. It was like a strange exotic bird, you know, warning about a predator. Wow, wow, wow. Like, it was great.
all good choices,
Yeah, that's kind
guys.
of us,
we
yeah.
we have good taste in themes. They're mostly from the 80s. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, and then our final kernel Bequestion.
Oh shit! Hold on.
It's okay. Yeah.
There we go.
The Colonel's Bequestion.
Yeah. What are the origins of the intro jingle?
Oh, like the level 0 NPCs intro jingle?
Yeah.
Oh, well, let's put that on the background while I regale you with the story.
That we do have the rights for.
We do have the rights for that one. Yeah, I can play that whole song all the way through as often as we want. We paid for it. It's not an exclusive license.
No.
We did pay the whatever.
But I haven't heard it anywhere else.
$70 or whatever it was worth. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on. I have to go into my assets folder.
How much was it again?
Music.
Did you pay for?
Oh, I don't remember. It was like $30, but it could have been like $70 or something like that. I don't remember. But so this is the song. It's a song called "World Cup" by a studio musician by the name of Jim Kulikowski. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that exactly correctly, but we just kind of found it online. The guy does a fair amount of music. And no longer apparently licenses his music off of his website. So we managed to catch this while it was just a thing that he was doing. We actually licensed a few tracks at the time. And so this is the whole song. And if you watched the This is Level 0 or Welcome to Level 0, I forget what the title of it is, but our intro video that I should probably change because it still basically features Matt, John, and me, and our very early
playing
Let's
Left
Plays,
4 Dead.
which are not really, playing Left 4 Dead and like Euro Truck Simulator and Broforce and stuff like that. But we were just kind of looking for something that felt appropriately retro video gamey. And he just happened to have a couple of chiptunes available on his website. And I think they're like the third or fourth one that I listened to. And the prices seemed pretty reasonable. I'm leaning further and further in towards it was like probably $30, $35 or something like that per song. And so, yeah, I paid for the license for this song and another sort of stipulation. I'm not sure if it was exactly a contractual stipulation. Is like, hey, if you do use the music, please put it somewhere on your YouTube channel or your video game that you're using it in or whatever. But yeah, it's called World Cup. I believe it was intended for like sports games and stuff like that, like retro style games like that. And this is the part you're familiar with.
Lovely. Where did you find this guy's site and stuff?
Jim
I was just looking
Kulikowski.
for Jim Kulikowski on www.jimkulikowski.com, and I was just Googling royalty-free licensable music.
Cool.
Yeah. So like none of us wrote it, but
it's certainly not.
It really does sum us up, I find.
But I mean, you may also be familiar with Piano Jazz Loop. Also by Jim Kulikowski, which is our hold music that we frequently use as well. And usually we cut it off right here. But it's a full-on loopable jazz piece.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's kind of nice.
Yeah. So that's the origins of our intro jingle.
Yeah, there's a handful of them. I have two others as well beyond this. This one, I don't think we've used very much recently at all. This was something that I think we used in a couple of hold screens early on, called Icicle Drive, also an extended loop. And then finally, Golden Nugget here, which has a little bit more of a...
Have we ever used that?
This one, once or twice.
Not recently.
Oh, no. Pretty much the only thing we use these days is Piano Jazz, and of course World Cup in all of our intros.
When you first started the channel, did you is that when you licensed these, or are there like pre?
Yeah, very early on in the channel.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, very early on. Oh, Luke, we got a Hundo P Watch.
Okay, shit.
It's not really fair because it was 12 Op who said it.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, like,
But
he gets to dictate in this way how often Hundo P Watch the
You're
song,
goddamn right.
one of the things that he
you're goddamn right.
composed for us.
We give him that instead of money.
So what happened? Here's the story. Okay, so I was reading the comments, and 12 Op said Rockford is a killer theme written by Theme King Mike Post, and then Joseph Davies says he replies. He says Mike Post is one of those artists who defines the era in which they worked, and then 12 Op since says back Hundo P.
Nice.
Hundo P Watch.
Well done.
Julia, did you run into any
Hundo
Hundo Ps this week?
I did not, unfortunately.
Oh no. Who you hanging around?
Not the right people, clearly.
That's all fine. It's fine. It's fine. Neither did I, and I'm really sad. We'll get there. Just this one. Just this one. Anyway, Hundo P Watch.
Thanks for engaging with Hundo P Watch. This has been Hundo P Watch.
All right, guys.
All right, let's look at this tortilla.
I'm putting away the questions.
What a payoff! What a payoff!
Look table, eh?
It only took us an hour to type that in.
To finish typing, look tortilla. Look dough. Celia is rolling out tomorrow's bread on the kitchen table.
There it is.
So it's a less flat tortilla. Thanks, Celia. I'm sure there's more to say with Lillian there.
Lillian doesn't seem very interested.
Yeah, oh, hey. Wow, there's another shadow crossing the back.
What the hell is happening in this house?
It's an excellent question. One for which I have no answer at the moment. I was about to go do something. Oh, yeah, that's right. We're going to go look in carriage.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yes, that was
promised.
yes.
I promised that we were going to do that.
Remember to
And
save.
I'm a man of my word.
Remember to save before
yeah.
you do.
Yeah. Of course.
This is kind of the episode where we tried to look in the carriage for like the whole time.
You have 2 episodes.
2 whole
You spent 2 episodes attempting to look in carriage. Sniff. Squirrel. I actually forgot to sniff the bread dough.
Oh. That's okay.
Oh, there's a flash over there. Did you see that?
Yeah, there's been lightning off in the distance this whole time.
It's great.
Lightning.
It's great.
Sniff lightning. Oh, yeah.
It smells like ozone. Right?
Ozone.
Yeah. From this distance, it might not, but yes.
Depends on how good of a sniffer we are.
That's true. I mean, we are a cake person.
That's true.
That may or may not make us a good sniffer. I don't have the right information for that.
Anna Yasagi wrote sniff like button. So, hey, I'm definitely down with that. Oh.
Look in carriage.
Okay. All right.
Apparently, a superior.
Inside. Go ahead.
A superior sense of smell is called hyperosmia.
Oh, nice.
There you go. Like ad nausea, but not. Sort of the opposite. Yeah. You look inside the decrepit carriage and find a crowbar. Thinking it might come in handy, you take it with you. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Jeez, we're gonna need that.
For helping
Time to
us
use this
find
on
the
everyone.
crowbar.
Oh, look at it.
Yes.
Let's see that gorgeous crowbar.
Look, crowbar.
Oh,
Nice.
yes.
Boom.
I feel like if you were a cake person and you swung a crowbar at someone, you would do more damage to your own limbs than the person's body.
Probably. Wait. Crowbar. Crate. What?
Smash.
Use crowbar on crate like Gordon Freeman.
What do you
want to do with the crowbar?
What do you want to do with the crowbar
with
now?
crowbar.
You don't
have it. I do have it.
I, for a second, thought you were just going to type use crowbar just as a squirrel went by and just turned the squirrel into a red paste.
I mean, other things are getting murdered. Why can't we participate?
Yeah, we're here to learn what it is to be human. And it turns out humans kill each other. So, I mean, I guess we got to get in on that.
Oh, we definitely need to get in on it. Crowbars are the human experience.
Yes, my mama always
that's all
said.
the time that we have today.
That is so, that's such an understatement. How long is this episode?
About
Too
an
long.
hour,
Let's
an
just
hour
call
and
it too
10.
long.
Oh my
Ish.
god.
I'm a little overtired this week. That's not much. Just not saying much because I always am. But when I'm a particular type of tired, I struggle with a particular type of aphasia where certain words get replaced by other words. So if anyone's watching back these episodes and I'm struggling with proper nouns or I've said something that sounds insane, that's why. Just in case I said something truly strange in the last couple hours.
You've been doing great, man.
All right. It's taken some concentration. It's like a random word generator in my head.
You've been doing great. We all nailed this episode. It's one of our best.
Nailed it. Go down in history.
Now everyone knows our own separate perspectives on cannibalism, very
Yeah.
specifically. So there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What we should have done to bring it all home is whether that cannibalism question would have changed if you were cake. If we were cake people, would you eat a piece of yourself to learn if you were a good cake?
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
I actually genuinely don't know the answer, but I fear that my cake mouth would really be incapable of processing the cake flesh, because it would also be cake.
That was my band name in high school. Cake Mouth.
You might have to... Cake?
Cake Mouth. Not cake.
Oh, Cake Mouth.
That was another one.
It was like, Matt was in Cake?
It was a cross between Smash Mouth and Cake. We just called ourselves Cake Mouth.
Nice. Cake Mouth. It's the cover band doing, like... The Distance and long shirts or short skirt, long jacket, and then like it was tub thumping.
We covered both, and then we would like mix them.
Oh, wait a minute, tub thumping was Chumbawamba.
Yeah, whatever.
Smash Mouth was like, why can't
you'd do a medley.
That was my third band, Chumba Cake Mouth.
Chumba Cake Mouth.
That's it. I'm calling it a night. Thanks everybody.
We're pulling the plug there. We're just all gonna unplug our computers from the wall.
Losing my voice. All right. Thanks everybody. Stick and stay.
Stay.
Yes.
You know, look. If you're hesitant to leave a Colonel's Bequestion because of this episode, I get it. But just know that most of this episode was just us. You know?
Oh, we did this to ourselves for sure.
Yeah.
Also, in addition to your Colonel's Bequestions, share your thoughts on cannibalism.
Love it.
Oh. Yeah, we're really going to open up a
line for cannibalism.
Open up a can of tin V's with that question there.
Yeah, cannibalism, cake life, finding things in your life, turning out to be cake. Share your thoughts.
What's the weirdest tinned thing you've ever eaten? We've already asked this one. We already know this one.
Yeah. No.
Still.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. All right, everybody. Stick and stay. Talk to you later. Love y'all. I hope you still love us.
Especially the 12% of you that stuck all the way to the end.
Is it 12?
Top
That's
10%.
huge.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
You're on a roll.
12 to 14% since we opened it up. It used to be up around like 40% because our viewers will just subject themselves to anything.
Well, we know it's the same people sticking in.
Yeah.
And we do love you guys, even if the density of cannibal debate in some of our episodes does make you question that.
This is what they're here for, Alex. This is the level 0 experience.
Yeah. We'll play more next episode, Probably.
We will.
Probably.
That's usually how it works.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you take a break between episodes, and when we get back, the inertia just keeps us going on, like, topics like cannibalism.
What's the levels of your experience? You take what is, a classic, relatively simple game and turn it into an ordeal.
Yeah.
That's what we do here. Yeah. If NPCs do anything, we give you quests, and all of our episodes are quests. So, enjoy.
Oh, hey, this one has
no
ask
way.
about and tell about from Quest for Glory. So I don't have to type that
Ooh.
all the way every time.
I put
That's
those in my
great.
game too. Control A and Control T.
Those are fantastic.
If you
I love
haven't
common word
If you haven't
shortcuts.
wish listed Crimson Diamond, everybody, get to work.
Do it.
Go do it now.
Please.
Go do it.
All right. Bye.
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 Stick and stay, everybody.